Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Wisconsin Badgers, Barry Alvarez Field at historic Camp Randall Stadium, where we are looking forward to a fantastic battle. The Boilermakers will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Wisconsin's offense will have the ball first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw on 3rd. Got the quick pass. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. They'll run the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Got his man on the right. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42. The Badgers send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Boilermakers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, you know, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable. Guys that will...
Ball is loose. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. Discards him with the stiff arm. Still on his feet at the 45. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous balance, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. Cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Dropping back, it's Warren. Makes the grab, it's Newton. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Boilermakers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the RPO, complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Let's talk for just a second about Purdue. With just a few games remaining, they're atop the conference standings. Jesse, how hard is it not to look ahead at this point?
Really, really hard, because everybody's talking about the conference champion.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermakers! Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. The defense just lost track of him. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense, Reese. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience, bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Leaves it with the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Badgers will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Flushed out of the pocket. Throwing on the run. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Snagged out of the air. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The give to the back. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Motion from the wide receiver. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And the Boilermakers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. It's complete to the left. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And the offense, they don't choose to go downhill, be physical. They try to get it on the perimeter. Stay away from some of those defensive linemen. But you can tell DBs, linebackers, not scared. Nice job.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Purdue!
And I love love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
And the point after is good. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Turning it on! He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stops it.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Wants to throw it. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Off the play fake on first down. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. Touchdown, Badger. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
How about the play by the big defensive lineman? Not known for interceptions, usually getting after the quarterback, stopping the run. Had a chance to make an interception and then do something with it. Take it all the way back to the house. No, ladies and gentlemen, that was not in slow motion, but he got in the end zone, and that's all that matters.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Ohio State is in front. They've led for most of the game. However, Brutus isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Michigan State. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle if anything big happens.
Going for the big play. He's got it at the 25. All by himself down the middle. Touchdown, Boilermakers! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Man, the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? Like, quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then stride it into the end zone.
Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The run from the shotgun. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
The Badgers will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. And he's not down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Badgers are moving quickly down the field. Got his man quickly. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Now the play fake. Trying to get rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He caught it. And he will score. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback. Good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, open them this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Hard running there.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good 2nd down situations.
Dropping back, it's Warren. Rushes on him. They get to him as he throws. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice game. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big game.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Badger.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Quarterback making adjustments. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Throwing right. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
Real smart play. Great job. Get the positive yards and then get your booty out of bounds.
To the air, it's Warren. Pocket breaking down. Soft spot in the middle. They've got the first down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Off play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. Trying to find the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
He's going for the goal line. Give him 6. Touchdown, Purdue!
Great job of execution in the passing game. QB and his target on the exact same page. The extra point now is going to tie this thing up. And they've got some real momentum here heading in at halftime.
And the extra point was good. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the second. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Madison. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Camp Randall.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Badgers will kick it off to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space across the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They'll open the second half with a run. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. The Boilermakers want to move quickly. Trying to get the corner. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football. And the Badgers will punt it away on 4th down. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Boilermakers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
And the Boilermakers getting set on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Warren. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
I love this by the offensive coordinator because as the game goes along, you see how are they going to line up when we line up in this? What coverage do they like to play? And then you can take advantage. You say, all right, the corner route is open. I'm going to hit it.
Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Boilermakers headed quickly to the line. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Miranda. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. The Boilermakers have pushed it inside the 20. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the 1st without scoring. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Quick release by the QB. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And that one will give them the lead.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover it. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And You want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sideline, it's Whitaker. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They're dealing with a second and long. Quickly out to the tight end.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw, it's Warren. Here's a heat. Working that left side now. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Boilermakers with the 1st and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Miranda. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Purdue! And they take it in for 6 more points. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And both sides of the ball late in the football game coming together. Defense forces the turnover. Offense punches it in. 2-possession lead in this 4th quarter.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
And that one's incomplete. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. He's got him in the flat. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
And this is not decision time. This offense, it's green light the rest of the game. Down multiple possessions, got to go for it on 4th down. Probably had that in mind. It's a little shorter 4th down, but this offense has got to stay fast-paced and got to make some explosive plays.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's got it on the run. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now on second and goal. To the air. It's Warren. Swings it out to the flat. Touchdown, Boilermaker! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Snags a quick pass on the left. Still running at the 40. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The Badgers want to pick up the tempo.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Line getting set on second down.
This defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to...
Oh, he's got some space. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And he added the extra point. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan.
Trying to beat the D deep. Touchdown, Purdue! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Louisiana was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Lafayette. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where the Mountain West is right now, and man, What a difference.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. It sounds like they had a good one there. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out route. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. The offense setting up shop at the 46. First and 10.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Wants to throw again. He's got him. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. And the Badgers have it with a first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen two big plays now, back-to-back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They go right back to this guy on second and goal. And this defense is defending its goal line. Back-to-back stops right in the shadow of their own goalpost. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on third and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Badgers!
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
Everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onside every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
Oh, they're after him! And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Off play action. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The offense changing the play. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
He wants to go deep. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away, and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down. Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop the clock. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big eye.
Gonna let it fly. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass, it's Warren. He's not afraid to go deep. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got the back over the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. Back to pass on second down. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Final shot falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. After